Hi guys. How are you doing? I'm sorry that I had to plan this abrupt live. I had not planned about it. And then the time that I had planned for us to have this live session, actually, I was not able to make it, yeah, because I thought maybe I would be back home by that time, but unfortunately, I got late, yeah, because sometimes time it's becoming a problem, so I didn't make to join the live on that exact time. By the way, I was planning on us to be having the live at 4:50, but unfortunately I didn't make it, yeah. But at least I was trying to push myself so that we can have a live, because I know on Friday we didn't have a live, not alive, we didn't have a video, and then today again I do not have a ready video. So I thought, instead of having like a recorded video, it takes a lot of time because I need to sit down, maybe do my makeup, and then once you do the video again, you remember, oh my goodness, I forgot about this point. Then maybe you need to add it, editing the video, it really takes a lot of time, yeah. So I thought maybe for me doing a live video, it's easier because even if I shrub or whatever happens, there's no editing. I just let it go as it is. And again, because I've missed you guys, I thought, well, why not come here and interact? Okay. So let me see who is here. Beth10, hi, hi. And Jacqueline Dambuki, hi. How are you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Just give me a minute. I want to share this live out, yeah? Because, once you share it out, it becomes, I like it when we are more, because when we are more, then it's great, by the way. And if at all you can share this video, maybe you can share on your WhatsApp status, or maybe to a friend whom you think it's going to be useful, then this one is going to be an amazing one, yeah? So just give me a second. Let me try to share this video on my community. I will not share to so many places, just on my YouTube community, and then we let it go. So let me see, where is this video? So guys, how have you been doing? Mhm. Somebody said on my comment section that I should stop using vernacular. I'm using Swahili, and unfortunately, I have people watching me from other countries. So I will try to be speaking throughout in English. However, English, it's not our thing. So sometimes I might find myself struggling. Yeah. So guys, just a moment, please. Yeah. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I share this video out, and then you're good to go. Come here, share, and woof. So I hope I've shared. Let me check my community. Thank you. So we are done. We are done. So guys, today, unless you have any question, any specific question, I wanted to tackle a specific area. I will actually cover it. But if you have some questions, then again, I will try to handle them. I'm planning to have this live for about an hour, because I know around 7:30 I should be having a live on TikTok. Yeah. So I'm trying to balance everything. Um, hmm. So, guys, our today's topic, a topic that I thought maybe it's a good topic that we should talk about, it's how to communicate with Chinese suppliers. And hi, Yuri. Can I ask questions here? Yes, sure. Ask questions. Ask questions. This one is a free one. The next minute you dare take my number and ask me a question. Trust you me. I will not answer you until you make some payments. I will not answer you. So you can ask a question here. So a topic that I thought maybe guys we can talk about today is on how to communicate with Chinese suppliers. And as much as I know, I have given you so many platforms on which you can get Chinese suppliers. For example, we've got Pinduoduo, we've got Taobao, we've got 1688.com, we've got Alibaba, and also we've got WeChat. And maybe something else, I'm offering a very short masterclass for those people who are willing to learn how to shop and pay suppliers on 1688. Actually, this one is the cheapest that I have. It's a very short one. I show you how to go about it, and then you are good. When you hear a masterclass, then definitely it's not free. So in this case, I want us to handle Alibaba. Yeah? So when you are talking to suppliers on Alibaba, uh, I wouldn't say that there is a specific procedure or step like from here, go here, go here, go here. There isn't such a thing. However, there are some necessities that you should be aware of, or maybe some steps, or maybe some documents that you should be aware of, so that you need to make sure that you do not miss, you do not miss what? You know, when I check on the questions, I forget. You do not miss anything important in that case. So, for example, this is something that I usually tell people. This one is actually a tip. Every time you are talking with the Chinese suppliers, it doesn't matter whether it is on WeChat, whether it's on Alibaba, always to try to use very simple English. One thing you should be aware about the Chinese is this. You see, for the Chinese people, English is not their native language, and as much as they learn the English language, they don't use it on a daily basis. So, for example, personally, I can speak Chinese, and I'm still studying Chinese, but I can tell you something. If someone dares maybe speak very fast, or somebody dares use some complex words, I will be out, and I will not understand what actually they are talking about. So in this case, always try to use the simplest English possible, the simplest English possible. I hi Mesh Vinto, hard pink waving, hard pink waving. What's the meaning of that? Hard pink waving. Okay, I don't know what it's meaning. And thank you so much, Mesh Vinto, for coming. Thank you so much. So try to use very simple English. And of course, there's some things that you should know that you should include maybe as you talk to your suppliers. For example, you can say hello to them and tell them like, hello, my name is ABCD and I'm working or I'm from this ABCD company, yeah? And I am looking for, what are you looking for? I'm looking for this machinery and I want you to be having this specification. Then you'll go directly and have a look at those specifications that you are looking forward into. Yeah. So that is one of the most important things that you should have a look at. And you know something else? Every time that maybe you decide that you want to use some complex language, and maybe you decide to write to this Chinese supplier a very long paragraph. You know what usually happen? Sometimes they might decide to answer you one question, and then the rest of the questions they just assume you, or else they might try to tell you, what do you mean, or I don't understand. So that is why I'm insisting. It's always good for you to try to use very simple English. And if possible, by the way, if you can be able to ask them a question by question, like as I've said, you can say, my name is Monica and I come from ABC company and I'm looking for ABC machinery. Yeah, I'm looking for ABC machinery. And maybe you can go ahead and talk about the specifications. What specifications are you looking towards the product that you need? You tell them about that. And then you can ask them, do you have such a product or do you have such a machinery? Ask one question by one question. Yeah. Once they answer that, you can go ahead and ask about the MOQ. or go ahead and talk about the pricing. Don't just put so many things together, because they might answer one question and maybe you assume they are rude or they are not professional, but this is not the case. It's simply because English is not their first language. Queen Whitney Wild, hi. How are you doing? Thank you so much, Queen, for coming. I really do appreciate. Thank you so much. Uh-huh. So there's a thing I've talked about using simple or basic English. Then you can also make sure that you use simple, short paragraphs or short sentences. Don't just make very long sentences, because anyone who have been studying a foreign language, they clearly know that when someone dares write to you in a very long paragraph or a long sentence, then you tend to not understand anything. And because in this case, because we are talking about purchasing products, then there is no way that you would want that your product to, you didn't want your supplier to, maybe to send you the wrong product, or maybe indicate they have a specific product, but in the real sense they do not have such kind of a product. Yeah. Then, as much as I say we should use simple terms, there are some things that you shouldn't compromise. You see, for these Chinese suppliers, at least they are familiar with some of vocabularies in this field. For example, when we talk about FOB, we can talk about the MOQ, that is the minimum order quantity. We can talk about the catalog. We can talk about the pro forma invoice. As much as these are vocabularies which are used in the business field, and maybe they might appear complicated, at least for them in this niche, they do understand, because this is something that they do every day. Talk about the freight forwarders, they already know that this kind of a vocabularies, but anything else, don't try to complicate the vocabularies. Make sure that they are as simple as possible. Then something else. These are questions that most of the students whom I'm having in the master classes, I have noted something. They're having this problem of asking, they're wondering, now again, I have decided I want to use this supplier, but the question is, where do I start? What should I tell them? What should, those kind of questions, they do not know where they're supposed to start. Yeah. Queen Whitney, all right. Thank you for listening and thank you so much for coming. Guys, as you come in, please like the video. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure you do subscribe. I will really do appreciate. So let me go on. So you find that most of the people, they do not know where they are supposed to start with this supplier. Personally, I will tell you this. As much as I didn't learn how to import from somebody, and I wouldn't say that there are specific steps on which you should use when supplier. However, I think there are some small important aspects that which you are not supposed to assume, and there are some things that you should not, conclude the deal or make payment without having, all this stuff. And one of the things I usually say, if, for example, let's talk about Alibaba, and you're busy scrolling on Alibaba and you're trying to have a look at a supply. Guys, can you hear me? I think my internet it's misbehaving. I don't know what's up. So I was saying this. Once you are comfortable with the supplier, I think the next thing that you should go ahead with is there is always this like a box. I wish I can open Alibaba over here on my laptop. Unfortunately, guys, I do not know how to share my screen when I'm doing a video live. If you know how to do about it, I think it's going to be amazing, because if I knew how to go about it, then definitely I would have shared with you my screen over here. But unfortunately, I do not know how to go about that. Yeah. So let me confirm. But I guess that thing is usually known as the chat box. Let me open Alibaba over here and then I can confirm whether that's what we call it. There is always that part where there is the option to chat. Yeah. So In this case, you should proceed on that place where there is chat, and then you can go ahead and chat with the supplier. So when you want to chat with your supplier, what will you be discussing about? What will you talk about? Because I know this one is like it's becoming difficult for some of the people. Where do I start? What am I telling the supplier? Hi, God with us. Thank you so much for coming and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we are talking about Alibaba and how to go about chatting with the suppliers, because I know this is a very important aspect that we shouldn't assume. So for me, I have said there is no specific formula. There is no specific formula on what you should start with. Personally, let's say, for example, I want to buy some watch. Yeah? I want to buy some watch and I've already identified a supplier. I've gone and checked with the supplier. The supplier is verified. The supplier has a trade assurance, and other times I can try to consider a supplier who has a gold supplier, and I've checked on the reviews, and if they are, the reviews, I've checked them and they're nice. So the next thing I do is chat with the supplier. You know what I ask them? I can say, hello, my name is Monica and I come from ABC company, and my company is actually interested in purchasing some maybe watches. So the next thing I'll ask them, may I know what is the best price that you can offer for 1,000 pieces? Or what is the best price you can offer for 2,000 pieces? Well, maybe actually in my budget, I have no plans of buying like 2,000 pieces or 1,000 pieces, but I'm trying to create this kind of, how can I call it? I'm trying to create a proper impression with this supplier, because remember, if you're a business person, and I know most of you are, every time you hear that you get a customer who want to buy in bulk, you are always excited, and most of the times you are always ready to give them maybe an offer because they are purchasing in bulk. But when maybe as compared to when you get a customer who is maybe ready to buy one product, and then you also realize that this customer only wants to buy one product, and they have even started bargaining. Yeah, it becomes different to a person who wants to buy 5,000 pieces when they are bargaining. So that will be my first question. I would ask them, what is the best price that you can offer when I do purchase maybe 1,000 pieces or 2,000 pieces? And trust you me, this works magic. Yeah. And I want you to think this way. Don't think in a different way, like what is the supplier expectation, or what do you think the supplier is going to react? Hmm? I think the supplier, when he hears about 2,000 pieces or 3,000 pieces, definitely they are already excited. Yeah. So I know maybe you want to purchase 10 products or 20 or 100, but first of all, play something psychological with them. You need to excite them. Yeah. Excite them, and then what in gearbox will be proper. Yeah. So once I tell them about that, then we go ahead and they'll tell me maybe they will offer it 100 or whatever it is. Then we go ahead and I'll try to push the supplier maybe to reduce the price. And something else about me, I don't usually talk to one supplier. Mm-mm. I don't usually talk to one supplier. So at this time, maybe I'm sending the first message, probably I'm sending the same message to maybe other 7 suppliers. Yeah. Because I know at the end of the day, kuna wale tutasikizana, kuna wale tutakosa kusikizana, nikienda kuambia nataka pieces 20. So I have to work with a very big number so that at the end of the day, I come and then we narrow down to getting a very good number. So that is actually what I usually do. Then the next thing, let's assume I have already settled on a specific supplier. Ashaniambia the best price and we have agreed on this. Then assuming maybe I want these watches and I want other different designs, I will go ahead and ask the supplier, would you kindly send me your catalog? And for those people who do not know what is a catalog, I also do not know. But anyway, a catalog, it's like, I don't know how to define it in English, but a catalog, it's, for example, if I'm selling some maybe bags, if a supplier is having bags, and a catalog, it means that they are going to send me the other varieties they have for the different designs of bags that they do have. The same case with the watches. And most of the time you'll find that supplier might send them in form of an Excel, other times in form of a picture, and then you'll find maybe product A, they have indicated it as maybe #20, #23, etc., depending on however they want to name it. Yeah. So you can go ahead and ask the supplier to send you the catalog. Yeah. Supplier akisha kutumia catalog, so of course you go ahead and make the choices. Nataka product A, nataka X, nataka Y, nataka Z. Yeah, you decide on those ones, and of course I know you are going definitely to decide on the quantity. You're going definitely to decide on the quantity. Then once you have selected these products, remember you guys, you have already decided on how on the price, and you did negotiate on the price on bulk, not on one sample or two samples. You decided the price on bulk. So the next thing that you should go ahead to do is this. You have told the supplier that I want these 3 pieces, that one 2 pieces. Trust you me, the supplier is going to get shocked because you had asked them previously you want 2,000 pieces, and then all of a sudden you have decided that you want to order maybe I don't know 20 pieces. Make sure every time you talk to this supplier, try to be professional, and you're going to tell them this. My company is considering taking maybe a few samples here and there. Yeah, my company is considering taking some few pieces for samples. And then later we are going to make the big order. So you are going to select blah 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 blah. And then this with the supplier at least atakuwa shocked sana what has happened from 2,000 pieces to 20 pieces. Sindio? So once you are done with that, umechagua vitu zenye unataka, then the next thing you ask your supplier akutumie pro forma invoice. Most of the time you will find that when you tell your supplier to send you the pro forma invoice, they will tell you that they need your freight forwarder address. And most of the time they ask you, by the way, do you have a freight forwarder? Do you have a freight forwarder in China? I usually say this, for the business people, the answer should be always yes. But I know for other people, they might say no. And when you say no, then the supplier always has a solution for you, and they will recommend other methods of shipping. They will tell you about the DHL. They will talk about Express and about FedEx. There are so many, and well, those methods absolutely they are very very fast. In fact, but unfortunately, imagine they are not appropriate for a business person. If someone is importing for their own individual use, then I think this one is okay. However, if you're going to import this for business purposes, then this is not the method that you should actually go ahead with. And I think it's high time you consider and think about using a freight forwarder or somebody who will call the shipping agent. Yeah. So the supplier is going to ask you, do you have a freight forwarder in China? And then definitely you are going to tell them yes. The next thing they'll ask you, send me the address. So you should be having your supplier's address based in China. Yeah, you should having your supplier's address based in China. Then once that's happened and they have drafted the pro forma invoice, then the next thing they do is you ask them to draft for you. You have concluded everything on the prices, on the quantity. You go ahead and tell the supplier, would you please kindly draft for me an order? And once they draft an order, it's like we are coming to the end of the deal, because once they draft an order and you click on that order, definitely it takes you to a place whereby you are supposed to make payments. Yeah, and remember, for example, on Alibaba, there are different payments methods. Others they might put, I don't know, Western Union or PayPal. They might put the Mastercard or the Visa card. What else? Other methods that I do not know about. I see them. I don't know TL, whatever. I don't know what they are. Yeah, there are so many methods that the order will be having. So you are going to choose the method which is actually appropriate for you, and then you are going to make the payment. And then, guys, that is it. That is it. That is the entire thing, or the entire communication, which actually should be taking place when you're talking to your supplier. Yeah, those are the basic things that you should be talking to your supplier. And maybe I've forgotten about something else. As you talk with your supplier, always remember to tell them to indicate on your box or on your package. Let them indicate your name. Let them indicate your name. For example, in my case, Miss Karingo, my number 254, blah, 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 blah. then Nairobi, Kenya, and then maybe by sea or by air, depending on the shipping method that you have used. Guys, I want to hear what question you actually have. And I have actually remembered a question that I got from one of you. And I usually recommend when you're using suppliers on Alibaba, not just only on Alibaba, but whether it's on 1688 you have gotten your supplier, or on WeChat, or I've given you, it's always good for you to know where is your supplier located. And I'll tell you why. Guys, China, it's very, very big. Very big. Yeah, very big. It's very, very big. Yeah. You could travel from, I remember I traveled from South China to North China, and it actually took me more than 30 something hours. So you can imagine all that distance. So, and it is non-stop, kuenda for these hours. So every time you are having a supply, it's always good for you to know where is your supplier located. Personally, this is what I would say. For example, most of the, if you're bringing your products to, let me say, to Africa, I think so. Yes, to Africa. Uh, most of, if you're shipping your goods via sea, most of the freight forwarders offices, they are based in Guangzhou. And if the offices are based in Guangzhou, if you get a supplier who is based in Beijing, I guess Beijing is in Hebei province. Oh my goodness, that thing is going to cost you a lot. Honestly, it's going to cost you a lot, and it's going to cost you a lot in reference to the local shipping fee. Yeah, so at least try to get some companies which are not very far to Guangzhou, not very far from the port. That is what I would say. And I know somebody else asked me, how do they know about if a company is very far? That's a very difficult question. Sijui mtafute map ama mtafanya aje. At least for me, I know most of the provinces where they are. I wouldn't dare go to the very north part of China or to this other part. Is it the west part of China? Because I know it's very, very far away from the port. Yeah. So yeah, that is it. Ruth Kibira. Hi, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Ruth? Mko aje? You guys don't be selfish. Si mnipe ka like jamani kwa hiyo video, yeah? Give me a like, I will really do appreciate. Sana. I really do appreciate. Guys, today I don't want to talk much. I only wanted to talk about that. How you are supposed to be communicating with your suppliers. Where do you start? Where do you end this? What should you ask for? Because I know these things are very important. And something else, guys, by the way, this is something that us as content creators, you always insist, especially those content creators who are talking about importing from China. But unfortunately, most of you don't hear. It's always good, guys, for you. Maintain your communication and transaction on Alibaba if your supplier is on Alibaba. Recently, there was a case of someone who imported goods. Anyway, the goods were worth good amount of money. I won't say how much, but they were worth good amount of money. They were baby clothes. But do you know what happened to that client? Unfortunately, the kind of clothes they were brought, hizo nguo ni za doli, to be honest. A kid cannot wear them, yeah? And it's very frustrating. And the bad thing is, there's always a way that you can refund and get your money back. But when you do things in the wrong way, then your money definitely is going to get lost. And there's no one you are going to blame. And it feels so bad. And imagine it's your very first time importing, and then you get to experience that kind of character development. So make sure you do maintain, if you have your supplier on Alibaba, maintain those communication and transaction on Alibaba, because it's very unfortunate, because this client is not going to get a refund. I don't know why she's going to sell. Maybe she's going to sell those foods to some kids, and maybe they can put I don't know. Anyway, it's very, very frustrating. So make sure you do maintain those communication on Alibaba and all the transaction, because you ask them, where did you get this supplier? I got this supplier on Alibaba. Where were you communicating? Oh, the supplier gave me via WhatsApp number, and we have been talking on WhatsApp. There's nothing wrong with you communicating with your supplier on WhatsApp, no problem. But the problem only comes, yeah, the problem only comes the problem only comes when you are faced with such a scenario, and there's no way that you're going to get a refund. There's no way that you're going to refund. But if only you had maintained if only you had maintained all the communication over there, then there are high chances of you getting the refund. Yeah, and even making the payment in there. Well, if you have transacted with the supplier for about 3 times, then I guess you are safer. You can go on WhatsApp and or WeChat. But if this supplier is very new, please don't dare do that. However, I know there are cases whereby we get suppliers who supply to you goods. They supply good goods the first time, the second time, and then on the third time, they decide to mess you up. Yeah, yes, that one is totally a different case. And I don't know what to say about that. I do not know what to say about that. It's a different one, but it's very rare. So, doing very good. Thank you for answering our question. Wash hands. Rose, what do you mean by wash hands? What do you mean by that, Ruth? Guys, I do not have anything I want to say to you. I'll be giving you some few minutes, and then if you have a question, then you can ask. If I saw there isn't any question, then I'm going to end the live, because I just got home some few minutes ago. I'm tired, and again, I will be doing another live somewhere else. So I have other stuff. So I'll give you some few minutes. If you have question, then you can ask. Yeah. I always say, always try to take advantage of the live sessions, because the next time you take my number and you contact me, I don't answer any question without you having paid the consultation fee. Yeah? So it's very, very important for you to take advantage of this. But I'm very sorry, because I don't usually give enough notice on when I'll be doing the lives, because it's not that I'm rude, it's only that I try to fix my things, because I'm having a very busy schedule, but sometimes I try to fix myself up. Like, for today, I had not planned to do a live session. It's only that I saw, if I sit down and record this video, it will take me good amount of time. Again, editing a video, it's not that easy. You sit down and edit that video, it's time consuming. And when you're editing a video, you listen to yourself, or you'll be like, hapa nimengoa, let me cut this part, all those stuff. But when I'm doing live session, there's no editing. I just let the video go as it is, whether it's sharp or not sharp, whether I forget something or not. But when recording a video, sometimes you remember, oh my goodness, I forgot to say about this, yeah? And sometimes you want to make sure that that video is perfect, yeah? So let me give you some few seconds. If you have a question, you can ask. If you haven't liked this video, please don't be selfish. Like the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I will really do appreciate. I will really do appreciate. God with us. If I get suppliers from EU. God with us, what do you mean if I get suppliers from EU? If, or did you want to say how? Let me know what you mean. La, 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 la. Kodridas, I'm waiting for you to clarify the question. What do you mean by if I get suppliers from EU? In the meantime, let me assume that you are trying to ask, as you try to clarify on the question, let me try to assume that you are trying to ask, how do you get suppliers from EU? One thing I should say is, number one, you need to understand EU. EU is a city in China. EU is a city in China. So if you're asking how do you get suppliers in EU, oh my goodness, I don't know how to answer that because, well, number one, I guess the only way that you can get suppliers from EU is by you traveling and then you go to EU city and get supplies from there. That is one of the ways that actually you can get supplies from this place. I don't know if we have, I'm not sure whether we have sourcing agents who shop for people in EU. That one could be this. If there is, then that one could be the second option. Third one, as a guest on Alibaba or 1688, you can still, or even Taobao, you can get suppliers who are based in EU. Yeah, in EU. But I would say this: the basis. I don't know why you want to get supplies from EU. I think the basis is getting as a good supply. If you're not traveling, if you're traveling, I would if someone is traveling in China, definitely I would recommend them to visit EU. But if at all you are not planning on traveling, then I think the basis is not getting a supplier who is based in EU. The basis is getting a good supplier. They could be based in Guangzhou, they could be based in Shanghai. Um, that is it. Ruth Kibira. Like my supplier say they are near EU and my shipping agent is in Guangzhou. Is that far? Sweetheart, that one is not far. That one is nice. That one is nice. It's not very far. If they're in EU and maybe in Guangzhou, that one is very big. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how they charge, but maybe it could cost you $3 or even maybe two or four around there. It's not going to be expensive in this case. Not going to be. This one is okay. EU is very. It's not very far, so I guess your case is just okay. It's just okay. Mhm. It's just okay. Guys, do you know talking? You know, I had a very tough day, a very tough day. So hata sina content ya kuongea jamani. But if you ask questions, I'm going to answer. I will stay here until for about the next 7 minutes, and then if there's no questions, then I'll be gone, 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 gone. Ruth, what shipping agent are you using? Which one? Which one are you using? Mm. Ruth Kibira. And Ruth, what are you considering to purchase from EU? But anyway, it depends. Let me not go there. It depends. It depends. It depends. Yeah. And by the way, for those people who are considering to import in large quantities, don't only base your what do you call it? Don't only get suppliers who are in EU or in Guangzhou, especially for those people who are um, planning to import in large quantities. You need to know something else. In China, we've got manufacturers, we've got the traders, we've got wholesalers. But if at all you are planning on importing in large quantities, then you also need to educate yourself with something else. You need to know the different cities and what they focus on, because that is how China is, a specific city. Let's say, for example, it's about the textile. They are where they are located, and you'll get them with some very amazing prices. But when you go to some places like Guangzhou and EU, most of the time you'll find that we have a lot of traders, waite broker, wako wengi sana. But if at all you are considering maybe purchasing in large quantities, or maybe you want your product to get, you want to brand your product, I don't think these are the appropriate places to get as suppliers. Yeah, you need to, or maybe unione kando, you need to go an extra mile. You need to go an extra mile, because if you're importing in large quantities, definitely you need to take advantage of the good prices. And how do you take advantage of the good prices? You need to take advantage of the good prices by you purchasing from the manufacturer, because at the end of the day, you are purchasing large quantities. Why should you not enjoy the big profit margin? Yeah. Why should you not enjoy maybe the advantage of you getting your own brand, or maybe customization of your own product? Yeah. So if you are planning on importing large quantities, then I think this is something that you should try to learn. Which city? Yeah. Which city focuses on this? Do you know which is the city of textile? Do you know which is the city of electronics? Such kind of things. That's where you'll be able to. And by the way, also, if you're traveling to travel to China, China opened its borders. Sometimes I say this: if you plan on traveling and you just say, I can afford that ticket, let me just buy that ticket and I've got the money for capital. Let me tell you, you might find yourself that the entire journey, it has just become a waste of resources. Utashinda huko tu umezumbaa tu, umezumbaa tu, umezumbaa tu, hata ujui mashimo ng'o. Ushinde huko Guangzhou ng'o, uende huko EU ng'o. You need to know things. You know to know things. Mashimo ziko wapi? Mimi nataka kuendea nini? Nataka kuendea machine. Where should I get them? This information, by the way, it's very crucial, because if at all you can afford to pay, if at all you can be able to afford to pay for that fight, then don't let that money go into waste. Don't let it. Make sure your trip to China, it's worth it. And sometimes investing some little amount of money to get this small information, I guess it's worth it. Yeah. Ooh, let me see. Guys, please, can you like the video, please? Before even I answer this guy. Honestly, your name is very difficult. Let me read the second one. Boyani. Before I answer Boyani, please, guys, I'm only requesting for that like. Thank you for liking. Thank you. Wacha chenene tuko na likes ngapi by the way, jamani. I can't access it from there. But please, guys, give me some likes. I will really do appreciate. I really do appreciate. Okay, I'm hoping many pair likes. Yeah. So let me read this question. Hello, for those planning to travel to China, which tourist guide company for business would you suggest for the first timers? And thank you. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Well, there's so many business companies who deal with this stuff. There's so many, and I don't know how to answer you honestly on this question. I do not have a specific one on which I can recommend, and maybe the reason as to why I do not have one. Personally, I didn't travel with a tourist company to help me go around. So I don't know how to answer you this for the first timers. But I guess I don't know. I don't know which company actually you can use, to be honest. I do not know. I cannot recommend any, because I do not have that kind of experience. Experience. But I guess when you are getting a company, where do you need this company? Number one, you've got your own money, right? You have your own money, you can pay your own flight, and you've got enough money to do your own shopping. So why do you need this company? You need this company because maybe number one, they are going to help you in booking that hotel. They are going to help you in getting that taxi, because this one can be another nightmare. I actually did face it, yeah, because I couldn't speak any Chinese. And number three, you need maybe someone to show you around the markets. I guess that's what you need. you need this tourist company. But I know someone, I know a person who can help you in this. This person who is based in China, and they can actually help you to receive you at the airport, and help you take a taxi, book a hotel, and then akuonyeshe mashimo ya soko. Yeah. So I do not know a tourist company, but I know someone who actually does this. So in case you need that, get to my inbox. My number is always on my, you see, on my YouTube channel. When you go to my YouTube channel, there's always a section where we have home videos, live community channel. About at the very end, you can get my number. And if you need that, and then you can let me know. Because number one, I also believe that China can be hectic sometimes. You need someone who can also speak Chinese. And why I'm recommending this person is because I know they were an international student in China, and I know their Chinese is amazing. Because me, I remember when I go to China, I will never forget that day. I didn't have anyone to receive me at the airport, and I actually stayed for maybe an hour or 2 hours in the airport simply because I couldn't actually take a taxi. Eh? Every taxi, I'm like, taxi, and then I'll be like, hello, I want to go to this place, and then they'll be looking at me. What are you saying? I don't know. Maybe that is what they were saying. I don't know what they were saying. So it can be traumatizing, to be honest. You go to a hotel and you go to speak your English, and no one can understand your English. But when you have someone who can help you book those hotels and akuonyeshe mashimo, then you are good. And even sometimes they can become your translator. They help you even to negotiate with prices, because every time I have realized something with the Chinese people. Every time that you speak just a little Chinese, the Chinese people, then inahanga kama ni the icebreaker, and everything else just flows. So this is something that I would recommend. If you can get someone who actually can speak good Chinese, then you're good to go. Personally, the little Chinese that I know it have opened so many opportunities. Yeah. I can't remember the many times I have met some few Chinese here in Nairobi, and just say them to them. Maybe I say to them ni hao, and then the conversation start flowing, and then they become very good friends who have actually helped me in the business world. So I do not have a company, but if you need an individual, then I can actually recommend you for one. Yeah. Yes, update us on Mashimo. We really need to know them. Yes. So Boyani, on the Mashimos, this one I do on the master classes. This one I do them on the master classes. You come and you tell me you want to know these Mashimos, yeah? Then I will give you some specific time for you. Set aside specific time. It will be just me and you. And I'll be telling you this 1, 2, 3. The other information I'm just giving you for free here on YouTube, but if you need that kind of information, then definitely nione kando. You need to book your consultation. It's not expensive, not expensive at all. Yeah. It's not expensive, by the way. I also wouldn't mind, by the way. Let me not say that. Let me not. By the way, I wouldn't mind, like, hata mimi enjoy your thao yako. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. So book that slot. Because for the other basic information, I usually say this. You see, for me on YouTube, it's only that I do not have enough time. I can actually give as much information as I can. But to be honest with you guys, this information, ni ile tu ya juju. Ni ile tu ya juju. If you want to know those deep secrets, I will not let them here on YouTube. This one, to be honest, this one is business. Yeah. And for business people, I am pretty sure that for you to prosper, if, for example, you know how to import and you bring those unique items and your neighbor doesn't know, you always have that competitive advantage. Now come to think about it. Everyone else, they are purchasing their goods on Alibaba because Monica and other people, they're educating people on Alibaba. But if you come on that class, you book that consultation, and I show you the other small secrets. You'll be having more unique items. Yeah, think about it that way. Naji market, si uongo. Thank a lot for the answers coming for the individual booking. So for the masterclass, you're most welcome, Boyani. You're most welcome. Welcome to that masterclass, yeah. And I usually say it's not just only for the master classes, by the way, because I have got different packages. on those consultations. Number one, if you need just a small consultation, I even have consultations for 30 minutes. I have the 7 days import classes. I have got one-on-one meetings. If there's some people who feel like they don't want to be put in a group and learn how to import. Others feel maybe they want to see me face to face, not to see me, but they want to have that interaction. Sometimes it feels better when you're having one-on-one interaction. You ask me your question and not in a group, only you. Then if you need that one, I've got a package for you. And I've got also another package, yeah, whereby that package, I hold your hand. I become your mentor. Mm-hmm. No, it is not like it is not time limits. I will hold your hand all through until you make it. So there is also that package. You can always call me and tell me, hi, Miss Karinga, by the way, I'm stuck over here. By the way, I'm thinking of bringing this product. By the way, what do you think about it? All those things. Yeah. There's also that package for that. It's an expensive one, but not very expensive, because information is power. Information is power. Mhm. Information is power. And to be honest, the information which is usually taught, for example, come to think about it, we have teachers at all levels. You could be an ECD teacher, you go for 1 year or 1.5 years to get that information. If you want to advance your skills, you go for a diploma, later go for a degree. And if you want to be, to become that to master the concept of teaching kids, then you need to master that. It's the same case, yeah. Kila package na level yake. Ukikuja nataka kuongea na mimi 30 minutes, then 30 minutes hatuwezi ongea mambo mingi, but nitajibu maswali yako, yeah, because maybe it could be you are just stuck somewhere. I help you to go through it, and then that is it. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe as I end this live session, yeah. And my number is always on my about. My number is always there on my about. So anytime you want to contact me, but don't become those people who are calling me very late. You'd rather just leave a WhatsApp message, and then maybe the following day I'll respond to you. Whew. Guys, I think you do not have any other question. Or should I give you a second? Because today I don't want to talk a lot. I don't want to talk a lot, yeah? And by the way, guys, yeah, you people who are going to join the master classes, and maybe even I would say maybe the master class is not enough, especially if you are very green, because we have a lot of things to cover. I would actually suggest you go for the unlimited package, whereby I hold your hand. We need to think further. Let me just highlight. You see an aspect we call customization and branding. That one is it's a very important aspect, and you need to know how to go about it. Able try to think about it. You bring this kind, you'll be having your own company, and in real sense, your company is based in China. You do not have a company in Kenya, but you have a company. And this is so amazing. And once you do proper marketing and your product is amazing, you will go far. Huh? Assume, for example, we get this product. Maybe I bring some bags, or maybe I bring some phone chargers, and I name them Miss Karinge or Emar. Huh? And then I do proper marketing, and then maybe the quality is amazing. What do you think is going to happen? Eh? Kila mtu atakuwa anasema mimi nataka chaja ya Emar, wako na quality poa. That's another aspect. You make sure you mkuja niwashike mkono, I hold your hand, I become your mentor. It's an expensive package, but not very expensive actually. Kitu hata hajapitisha 10K, jamani, si expensive. And I show you how to go about that. You will never regret again, yeah? But lazima mlipie, jamani. When I give free information, then this information is going to become useless, yeah? But tukieka that sieve, yeah? We sieve those who want to just get the basic information, those who wanted to master the knowledge that they know about import, they master them, then they become experts, yeah? Guys, I wish to end this live, yeah? Beth Jambi. Hey, Beth, you almost confused me. I thought I have an auntie called Beth. That is one auntie. The other auntie is called Jambi, and I'm like, who is this babe Jambi? Thank you so much, Jambi. Thank you so much. Yeah, you people come. I also want to eat your money. I'm not lying. Huh? Kama singetaka pesa yenu ningewapea bure, but nataka pesa yenu pia. Si hata nyinyi mnataka kuomoka jamani. Nataka kuomoka, lazima you invest on that, yeah? Those people who want to travel to China, si lazima utumie kampuni. You only need someone that kuonyesha tumashimo. I can organize for you that. I can organize for you someone who is going to take you through soko, akupeleke, akuchukulie taxi, akuonyeshe huku tunalipanga hivi, tukifika tena si tunalipa pesa hivi, tutabadilishia pesa hapa, tuende nikupeleke soko. Nini ingine unahitaji? Hoteli ndio hii hapa, kesho asubuhi na kuchukua nikupeleke. Ukipelekwa mara mbili jamani, next time you don't need anyone to take you, yeah? You don't need anyone to take you. And by the way, guys, you should tell me, would you want me to introduce some videos on YouTube teaching you some basic Chinese? Because personally, I actually traveled to China. I didn't know even how to say hi, which is ni hao. Aki, I faced it. And actually, I feel if someone is traveling to China and you're traveling alone or with your friends, definitely you'll need to take a taxi. You will need to take that bus. You might need to take maybe a slow train or a fast train. You might need to go in a restaurant. How do you communicate? Guys, if you would want me to teach you some few phrases, ile tunasemanga kuomba maji, tell me, I will do a perfect job. Imagine a Muzungu comes to Kenya and then they come to your shop and then they say, Jambo, how do you feel? And a Mzungu says, Asante, how do you feel? You kind of feel connected to this person. And I feel that is the power of the language. Yeah? Maybe I would want to teach you some. I can create a video of, I can create a video of just a short video. Easy, the basic things. Za kuomba maji. You know how to say ni hao. When you say hello to someone in their own language, they feel appreciated. Learn how to say thank you in Chinese. Tell a Chinese person after buying to them, she's here. And they'll feel so nice. The next time you want to take a taxi, you can tell them, I want to go to this place. Guys, if you need that kind of a video, please tell me. I will actually do that, yeah? And those who will be traveling to China, maybe hata naweza wafunza. Hii hata naweza wafanyia bure jamani, before you travel. Niwafunze kichina kidogo tu ya kuomba maji. And again, if you are traveling to China, by there something else. Si lazima ujue Kichina. Okay, kukuwa na translator sometimes ni kwa juu ya kunegotiate na pia akuonyeshe mashimo. It's very, very important, by the way. We also got some things like Google Translator. You can translate everything. But tena ukijua kidogo si mbaya kama ya kuomba maji. Wo yao, I want wo yao. It's as simple as that. Wo yao. You can say, for example, I want this book. You say wo yao. It becomes so simple and just that way hiyo stay yako huko inakaa poa. It's true, Monica. We want you to grow your brand. Yeah, thank you so much, Jambi. Beth, thank you so much. Hata mimi nikikula pesa yenu nitasikia vizuri. Si uongo. Si uongo, nitasikia poa. So I can actually do that for you guys, yeah? And those who will be traveling to China, mtaka kuniona niwaambie tu tips hapa kule. Kama watu wanaenda China, allow me to speak in Swahili. Mnafaa mjue vitu zingine kama YouTube kule zimefungwa, kina WhatsApp zimefungwa, kina IG na Facebook zimefungwa. How do you survive? Jamani. Kuna tule tu tunafaa kujiprepare before we travel. Ukienda huko you still need to communicate with your family back here. How do you do that? VPN nayo ni muhimu. Yani kama unapanga kutravel, nione kando nikupe tu tips hapa kule. Usifike huko unajaribia WhatsApp, it's not working. It's not working. When unataka kujua mashimo hapa kule, you are traveling, simi kando. Wenye bado hatuna uwezo ya kutravel, no problem, one day at a time. We can still shop online kwa sababu after all, during all this period of COVID-19, we were still buying things from China and we were not traveling. So don't give up. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. You also travel and mwenyewe uende ujione, ujibaye ile product mwenyewe unataka. If you haven't subscribed This one is by fire, by force. I'm ending the live session, by the way, guys. Na pia you go, guys, and follow me on TikTok at Miss Karinge. Though TikTok naendanga tu to have fun, I'm never serious. I'm never serious on TikTok. Sometimes I wish YouTube could be like that. Saa ningeka kangoma hapa enjoy as I talk to you guys. But unfortunately, YouTube is for the serious ones. Tutapewa copyright huku tushangae tukiweka music. Guys, any question? I wish to end this live. 1 hour is gone. I've been talking just like a teacher. Where? Guys, I guess we do not have any question. How should I give you 2 seconds? Maybe someone is typing a question. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. And by the way, something else, as I conclude, I really do appreciate because this channel, we are actually growing. And as Beth have said, you want me to grow my brand. Yeah, I am also hoping that this brand grows. I'm just hoping. So it grows and grows. And maybe the future, we don't know what the future holds, but God knows about that. Yeah. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And by the way, don't be selfish. Although watu wa biashara ni wachoyo, guy, don't ask me that. Kama wanakuanga na degree ya uchoyo. If you can, by the way, and you think this video is going to be useful to to a friend or to your sibling, by the way, you can share it out. As much as I know the business people ni wachoyo, na si vibaya, by the way, kwa biashara kuwa mchoyo. And that's why hata nawaambia mi siwezi waambia information yote mpaka uje class jamani. Sasa as much as sisi watu wa biashara ni wachoyo, si mbaya ukishare na mtu mwenye unaona itasaidia jamani. Uchoyo pia ni poa, saa zingine ni poa kwa biashara. Ushaiweka biashara, then ukikaa 2 months, mtu mwingine opposite anakuja anaweka the same business as you, unapata sales imeenda. And actually that is what is happening in our today's business world. So you need to be very unique. Otherwise ile competition iko huku nje moto sana. You need to think and think. You need to think and think for you to survive in the market. But it is what it is. Yeah, this competition, it's everywhere. It's there at the workplace, when you're in corporate world, it's everywhere. So it's called survival for the fittest. We need to find ways to survive, guys. I think there isn't any question, and I feel I do not have anything else to say to you guys. So guys, I wish to end this live session right now. If you haven't subscribed, please, kindly subscribe. Please, I beg you, subscribe and share it with someone. And I think that is it. Unfortunately, I usually upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But unfortunately, these days I'm very busy. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to upload at least 1 video in a week, at least. So today there will be no video. That's why I decided to do a live session, because I didn't have enough time to record a video. But I'm hoping at least I'll try and work hard and at least be uploading 1 video in a week. And if I feel like at all it's becoming difficult to upload a video, then I'll be trying to do some live sessions. The good thing with the live sessions, there isn't editing. We just speak and speak, yeah. But I will try and see at least 1 video in a week. If I can do 2 or 3. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we have to balance everything else. Guys, I think that is it. Thank you so much for coming. Nawapenda sana. We have Beth, we have Boyani, we have Jesus Never Said Goodbye, we have Ruth Kibira, we have, who else is here? Let me see. I guess we have Queen Whitney. Wengine mko tu chini ya maji, so siwezi waona. Kuna Yuri, kuna Jacqueline. So those who have not commented, I can't see your names. But anyway, thank you so much, guys, for coming. Until next time, bye-bye. In my videos, I always say Zaijin. Z-A-I-J-I-N. Jian. Zaijian, it means goodbye in Chinese. So Zaijian, until next time, bye bye.